topic. So as promised, we're going to go ahead and get into the full unredacted interview of Jeff Lacasse. If y'all haven't seen this, the stories that he tells about Wendi are absolutely insane. So we're going to listen to some of this. I'll leave a link to the full interview in the description and in the comments of this video for y'all as well. Let's go ahead and see what Jeff had to say about Wendi. Is this something that's going to be used if Wendi ends up growing the trial? Check it out.
So it was Jeffrey or Jeff?
Jeffrey.
J-E.
R-E-Y. J-F-F-R-E-Y.
And it's L-A-C.
A-S-S-E.
Let me get your date of birth, Jeff.
Sure, 10/18/71.
Sorry, Vintage. I couldn't help myself.
Okay. So what's up? Corey said, and we talked on the phone a little bit, that you wanted to, and you can start at the very beginning, however you want to do it.
I got some notes. Do you mind that?
No, absolutely not.
I don't want to forget stuff, so I've been writing stuff down the last few months. So that we might end up in well, here's the thing, and just to give you the broad overview quickly. I felt like when I first talked to Investigator Hale, I was shattered. I mean, you can imagine, you see violent crime all the time. So I think he saw a lot of noise, and a lot of the stuff I told him, but I don't know how it came across. The last couple of meetings we had, he seemed to think I was a disgruntled ex-boyfriend that got my heart broken, and that was why I was upset. And there was some truth to that. I was upset. But over time, I've got some clarity on some things. So I guess I'll just give you my overall impression, and just want to tell you things I saw with my own two eyes that were very suspicious to me that I didn't feel really heard previously. Or maybe they were heard and
he was ready.
Credible, I don't know.
Yeah.
But just so you get the context for it, as far as the relationship stuff, that sucked. But, you know, that last 3-4 months, I moved on with my life, you know. Actually, her moving away was the best thing that ever happened to me in terms of my personal life. It was a bad relationship. So this isn't any animosity.
He said her moving away was the best thing that ever happened to him. Sheesh, Jeff, come on, man. Yo, he was pissed. You could see him holding back on the stand, too. He was so upset at this family, and especially at Wendi. Dang, man.
Towards her for being an unfaithful girlfriend. This is
she was
more
cheating?
deeply concerning stuff about someone getting killed. So I started dating Wendi in fall of 2013. We have mutual friends, because a lot of my friends are in the Jewish community at the School of Social Work. So we both talk to a lot of the same people, throughout the investigation. Your name came up a couple times.
You talked to who? Who'd you talk to?
Well, the Gamoris, the Epsteins, the Cohens. There's just a lot of mutual. My dissertation chair, I got my PhD here and I came back. My dissertation chair, like the Markel and Adelson would have they go to my mentor's house for Jewish holidays, things like that. So we met as through a mutual friend. It was kind of a natural thing. Only two single people in town, both academics, etc.
You and Wendi?
Yeah, me and Wendi.
And who was the
person I introduced is a guy named Stephen Tripodi, who's a professor, but his wife used to hang out with Wendi. We just have a lot of mutual friends and stuff. So that's how we met. So we dated casually in the fall. She just got divorced, so had I actually. And at the time, I came in here before, I thought Markel was a dick. That's what I had been taught by Wendi over time.
That's usually the way it goes.
But in the fall, it was interesting. Let me start. Danny had been describing Wendi as a pathological liar and a mentally ill narcissistic sociopath in a semi-joking manner, but
to you?
To other people. I just heard that through the grapevine. Because people said, be careful with Wendi. She's a little unbalanced. And I said, well, she seems upset about her divorce, but I don't know if she's unbalanced. I didn't take it seriously at the time. That sounds extreme, right? I thought these people were having a nasty divorce. He's calling names. I thought it was totally out of line. It's one of the reasons I was upset with him, because it seemed, you've seen the court documents. He got sick of her and really went after her legally in a really aggressive way, and not knowing the background. I thought it was inappropriate. You know, I thought it was taking things too far, trying to disbar your ex-wife. You know,
that was interesting. I did not know this. Jeff said he was actually upset with Dan because of the way he was handling legal proceedings with Wendi. Understandable, him being Wendy's guy, I guess at the time, he wouldn't want to stand up for her. But at the same point, I mean, you got to look at things objectively, Jeff, which I think he will probably moving forward. It's always two sides to a story. Well, really 3 sides. This side, that side, and the truth.
But one impression I'm left with is, I don't think I said this before, like in December or January, I thought that was totally out of line. By May, I don't know if those are technically the correct words, but by May, I knew exactly what he was talking about. And this is a very troubled person, Wendi Adelson, deeply troubled person. And at first, she's gorgeous, she's smart, she's funny. I mean, I fell for this girl like a ton of bricks. Most men would. I mean,
gorgeous.
That was one reason I stuck around too long. But just an overall impression of her.
Wow.
And Danny says this in court documents, actually. She's a very manipulative person, a pathological liar. Wendi was an alcoholic while I was with her. She drank her dinner most nights. Extremely fragile, extremely depressed. Many nights sitting, hated Tallahassee so much that thought we're a bunch of country bumpkins and we liked Tallahassee because she's from Miami. Didn't hide that fact. Thought it was bizarre that I moved here from Phoenix. And the 2 conversations that we had every single day for 9 months were, Danny is an evil monster, and Tallahassee is the worst place in the world to live, and I can't believe I got stuck here because of Danny
Sounds
Markel.
like a
She was
miserable
obsessed
person
with those 2 concepts. So I got really tired of hearing that, but I heard that every day for 9 months. Wendy's very manipulative in that she plays the victim very, very easily. Whenever we got into a confrontation, she'd pour me. Very sensitive to that. I work with DV victims, women that have been raped as a social worker, all that kind of stuff. So I'm also a sensitive Mr. Rogers kind of guy. So it's a very, easy way to manipulate me, or Markel for that matter. But she just wasn't stable even in the fall. And able to cover it up here or there. One of these people, the first 100 hours you spend with her, you think she's amazing. 101 on, you're like, shit, what did I get myself into here? This person's kind of crazy.
You talk a little fast for me.
I'm sorry.
100 hours?
Yeah, first 100 hours you think she's amazing. Then after that, wait a second, there's some tremendous flaws here. So she puts up a very good public face. It's accomplished, beautiful, smart, funny woman.
Jeez.
Total. I was with her 4 or 5 nights a week for 7 or 8 months total, I would say. More in the spring than the fall. And she was deeply troubled. She was on psychiatric medications, and in March she decided to come off of those.
March of 14?
March of 14. Spring break, Immokalee, actually. That's when she went off.
Shocker.
And this will make sense to me why this matters. I don't want to give you BS or all that information, but she's already a sensitive person, so much that, you couldn't say to her, like, hey, I'd appreciate it if you'd be a little more considerate to me. You're being kind of, she'd break down crying for 2 hours. She would throw a tantrum. I've never seen anything like it. Anybody I've ever dated, I've dated some pretty crazy women. So, but then when she went up there, SSRIs, it went from being fragile to being, she had no resilience. She would just melt down in an absolute second.
For over what?
Anything. Any kind of criticism.
Oh, if you had given her criticism.
Or anybody did. Anything negative. I've seen her lose her shit over, cake going bad in the oven. And she's devastated for 6 hours. This was in the spring. This was like the state she was in as we approached the time of the crime. So I'll skip the whole thing where we date the first 6 months. It was, she played hard to get. I chased her. And eventually she agreed to be my girlfriend. But we go to spring break, and she starts coming off the SSRIs. Things start getting pretty weird in terms of, we had a couple, first time we spent a week together, you know how that is. Of course, you're going to have a minor thing. You're going to find out who this person really is, And she just found it devastating. And a couple of times I called her. She's very narcissistic. And a couple of times, like, I'm here too. Just basic stuff like that. But she would just lose her mind over that kind of stuff. So if I just fast forward to spring break on.
Blasting Wendi. This is
my bullshit. I just tell you what's pertinent to the crime, I think. She starts coming off those SSRIs March 12th or 13th.
March 12th?
12th or 13th is when she started. So that was spring break, like almost a year ago.
Of 2014?
2014, exactly.
Okay.
That's right. Okay.
So March 12th and 13th, y'all in Immokalee?
Yeah, that week we're in Immokalee.
And that's for this retreat students?
Alternative spring break, yes. Yes, sir.
And you traveled with, you took her with you?
She took me with her, actually, yeah. Yeah, it was her, it's a law school thing, and I just went along to help her out.
Oh, I thought it was, because you're in social work.
Yeah, but it's actually a law thing. They just wanted to bring a social work prof, and I was one, so we went. So.
Okay, so these students that are going to this alternative spring break are law students?
They were, and some med students, yeah. So exactly. But one of the reasons I went with her is she's very childlike, very much like a 13-year-old girl. I don't know if she could have handled it on her own. I had to do an awful.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I've heard some bitter exes in my day, but Jeff might take the cake on this one. Shout out to Jeff. Yo, I feel like this is what Wendi would say about Dan, but Jeff is up here cooking Wendi. Goodness, he was bitter.
A lot of things for her. Her parents.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, she needs to be taken care of. She's such a fragile person. When she would travel to Miami, her mom would drive or fly up here, then go down with her every single time.
She's a child.
Oh, she didn't travel on her own.
No, it was real weird. And at first I thought, what overbearing parents. And then over time, I'm like, oh, I don't want to let her go on spring break by herself either. She's won't be able to handle it. She'll lose her shit.
Yeah, he's cooking too.
So February, March.
Wow.
Yeah, I think she was cheating on me, all kinds of stuff like that. But that's pretty.
This is that other Daniel guy.
Daniel Sack, yeah.
Sack.
Among others. I think I'll get to that in a minute. There's, I think, a long list, and I don't know how many of them you guys have considered. But as far as seeing stuff pertinent to the crime, I met her brother Charlie when I was down there in Miami for Immokalee. You may recall that I said I found him to be a very strange person, very aggressive, verbally. He takes sex tourism trips to South America to have sex with underage prostitutes.
Wait a minute, back up a second.
Yeah, he takes sex tourism trips to South America to have sex with underage prostitutes.
Sex tourism?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, South America.
I'm kind of a sheltered guy.
Well, I was shocked not only that he would tell people he did that, but that he would tell his younger sister. That was strange to me. Very odd. And there's this odd dynamic between them. The whole family is real weird. Most people that spend time with them say this is, social workers might consider incest in this family. Is there violence in this family? Something's up with this family. But I mentioned to you that he...
Clip that right there. This whole family was weird. Something's going on. Something was up with this family. Clip that. Put it in the documentary. Perfect. Jeez.
Talked in the hot tub about punishing a girl by anally violating her in front of Wendi and I, like bragging about the fact that he'd hurt this girl because she had got him in an uncomfortable situation. So he came off like an offender to me. He came off like a kind of sociopathic, like this is strange. He just met me. He's telling me this. It was really, really weird.
Okay,
Yeah, go ahead.
I know. I'm just trying to rein you in a little bit so I can make sure I get it right.
Yeah,
I do recall something about a hot tub.
Yeah.
But I think it may have been something I read from Corey Hale's report.
It might have been. Yeah, I talked to him.
But are you saying you're in the hot tub after the Immokalee retreat?
Exactly. We went from Immokalee to Miami and hung out with her brother.
Okay.
For the first time.
So you're in Miami at his place, I guess?
Exactly. It's very wealthy. He's got a really nice house in Miami Beach area.
Miami Beach.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're there and you're in the hot tub.
Yeah.
She's in the hot tub.
Yeah.
And the brother Charlie's in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Okay.
Charlie's talking about punishing girls through anally violating them in front of his sister. It's just.
Is it braggadocious?
Yeah. Like she got him punched out at a wedding. He had a Korean girlfriend and brought him as the only white guy to 400 Korean people and just him. Some of the men took offense and he got punched out.
Charlie did.
Yeah. So the way he handled that was to anally violate her and then brag about it the next day. I mean, it was really, really weird.
That had happened the day before y'all got in the hot tub?
Not the day. I misspoke there. It was pretty recent. It wasn't that day, but It was last month, the last couple of weeks, something like that.
So he goes to a Korean wedding as the only Anglo.
Yeah, exactly.
And some men took offense because he was a date for one of the Korean girls that was at the wedding?
Exactly. and he got punched.
And he probably opened his mouth or something.
He says he got sucker punched, but I don't know.
Okay, so he gets...
That dude never stops talking.
His way of getting retribution is the girl that brought him to the wedding is to rape her?
Well, not rape. It wasn't rape. It was consensual sex. But he was bragging about the fact that he made it hurt a lot and that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
And that was just...
And that was anal penetration he's bragging about.
And it was 20 minutes after I met him.
I got you.
So I'm just like, this is not normal. This is strange. Guys will talk to their guy friends. Although I've never said anything like that. I would never want to hurt a woman. It's,
right.
you know, so it's... so it just struck me as very, very odd.
Yeah.
So, fast forward to...
No, we not fast forwarding. What they had going on? Y'all hear this? Again, I know a lot of you have seen this, a lot of you haven't. This is the first time I'm seeing and hearing this story from Jeff about the hot tub specifically. I'm sure it was said or this was played during Charlie's court proceedings, but they had a lot going on here. Super strange, super weird. Let me know what y'all think in the comments and in the chat about